What's up, knuckleheads? Nat McDonough here with Kid & Company. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the last of the V-8s. And if you're a fan of Mad Max, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, this is a scale electric car. 1/32 scale. It was the only and has been the only example of the Falcon XB, the Mad Max Interceptor, produced that I could purchase to run on that track. And of course, being a scale electric product, I had to chip it for the Carrera system. And you can see that there. It wasn't hard. There's a Carrera chip in there, digital chip. And it's a pretty little car. And you've even got Max Rockatansky sitting in it. Kind of a shiny version, like right out of the gate, before he did anything crazy with it. But it's the only example I could find. And I think there's a couple other versions of this, like a dusty version maybe. Obviously, Scale Electric got the rights from Warner Brothers to produce this car. But it's not 1/24 scale. And I like the big cars. So you probably can guess what I did to get around that. Want to get out of here? Talk to me. Hey, I gotta throw a couple lines in there. Oh, look at this. 1/24 scale Mad Max Interceptor. Had to do it. And like with my custom F1 builds that I'm going to be creating a video shortly, I did a little bit of art for the display case. Let me talk about this a little bit. You can't get a 1/24 scale digital Mad Max Interceptor. You can't go online and buy one. So I had to make my own. And essentially, this is a 1/24 scale model kit of the Interceptor, made by a company called Aoshima. They make models. And this is some of the box art from the model itself. So I always say, if I'm going to do a custom build, there's two things I look at: scale and chassis. And this chassis was a Carrera Digital Audi chassis in 1/24 scale. I did some research and discovered that the wheelbase is very similar to the Falcon XB, which of course is the Mad Max Interceptor. And it turned out to be like an Audi RS GT car. Ordered it, got it, pulled the body off the Audi, tossed it, and then I figured out a way to integrate this 1/24 scale model to the chassis. As with a lot of Kid & Company videos, that sound you hear in the background, that's Frank and Joe going to town on their bones. So anyhow, let me talk a little bit about the car. Obviously it's a 1/24 scale model placed on a slot car chassis. This was the first custom build that I did. So this was where I learned a lot before I dove into the Formula One custom build cars, which are going to be featured in another video. I'm not going to claim to be an expert on slot cars because I'm not. I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, by the way, but I am an expert when it comes to using a Dremel. I'm practically a surgeon with it, and you've got to be if you're going to do something like this. So what I learned, because there's a motor under here, there's a chip under here, and there's wiring under here, you got to make room to accommodate that before you can place a body on top of something like this. So essentially, you build the body first, and then you flip it over and go to town with a Dremel and remove as much plastic as you need to get it to sit on the chassis. One deviation with this from the scale model is this bumper. That's actually a foam, I've got like a foam bumper there, and I placed a piece of tape on it just to kind of make it look pretty, if you will. And the reason I put that bumper there is because I knew going into it, this car is going to be creating a lot of contact. One of my viewers actually commented on a 1/32 scale digital car that they have, a KTM Expo. And what's funny, he said this particular car is an absolute menace on the track because it runs his human drivers all over the place, makes their life difficult. Well, that's exactly what this little monster does for me on the 1/24 scale track. This is my little AI nightmare for human drivers. And you're gonna see that because I have what I call the Mad Max challenge. So when I have human drivers come over here, I challenge them to see how many laps they can complete with this car on the track. Basically, I set the car on the track, I turn the track on and say, hey, let's see how many laps you can do before this little beast here catches up to you, because when it catches up to you, it's bad news. If you recognize that, leave in the comments. Mad Max challenge. That's when that's when I put this car on the track against a human driver and see how many laps they can last before this little monster runs them off the track. This is where Max starts. I've chosen the Porsche 917K in golf livery to oppose it. Let's see how many laps I can do before this little monster runs me off the track or catches up to me. Come on now, come on. That's one. That's two. Dropping the hammer. Oh, shoot. Almost came off there. He's gonna get me here, probably. I just get through here, just through here. Oh, shit! Oh, I got him! Alright, so it's Lee's turn. She thinks she's a better driver than me.
In my mind and imagination, I am.
All right, well, we're going to put that to the test.
Let's go.
So we're not doing too good here.
It's the car. Give me the number 28 Ferrari.
Okay, number 28 Ferrari coming right up.
The car is better.
Wow, he passed you? Well, that's it for this episode, Knuckleheads. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Hope you enjoyed that Mad Max challenge. I know I did. I'm not sure Lee did. But one quick announcement to make that I'm super excited about. You see these guys here? 1/6 scale. This fall, one of my projects is putting these two guys in their very own Mad Max Interceptor. And to do that, I'm going to take this chassis, 1/6 scale, and I'm going to take this body, which is probably a Dodge Challenger, but it's the closest thing I could find. So I got my work cut out for me. That's right, I'm going to put these guys in their own car this fall. My very own 1/6 scale Mad Max Interceptor. And of course, I'm going to be pumping out more slot car videos because we all love that. So until next time, kid signing off. Keep living that big kid lifestyle.